Yeah, so obviously, like, since being in America since 2010, my goal is always to get my own place here, and you know, like couch hopping or renting or you know, living in my trailer kind of get old. So yeah, this year after X Games I moved into my new house. So I think it was like 20 minutes before X Games step up, I got the phone call from my realtor saying that the place is mine, and sure enough, got home from X Games and moved in on the Tuesday, I think it was, moved into my new house. So yeah, I've got 10 acres out here in Southern California, out in the wine country of Temecula. And yeah, just been a work in progress. I brought myself a skid steer. I made a bet with my girlfriend Bree that if I got 2 X Games golds, I would purchase a skid steer. So after getting 2 X Games golds, I went out and brought, I think 2 weeks later after getting my house, I brought a skid steer, and just been basically pushing up dirt ever since, just making my place flowy and, you know, fun little cool things like hip jumps everywhere and a bit of a speed and style course, and then little fun boxes and things like that, just stuff going on everywhere. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, Monster Energy High Roller Best Whip contest and quarter pipe was pretty sweet. I guess, you know, the last, what, 5 years I think it's been going on now, Monster Cup, and it's cool to go back every year and compete. And yeah, this year they really went out. They had freestyle, best whip, and quarter pipe, which was really sick. I got in all 3 events, and yeah, podiumed in quarter pipe, which was pretty sweet. You know, the first quarter pipe contest ever, and came home with the win. And then unfortunately in that contest I dislocated my finger, so going into the best whip contest was pretty gnarly. Ended up getting a second in that to Tom Parsons, which was pretty sweet. And then yeah, freestyle kind of just did what I had to do to get through the day. I was pretty knackered with my hand, so yeah. Yeah, I think honestly since coming to the US, my schedule's been nuts. Like since 2010, everything's just been overwhelming, and just I've always just been pushing, and haven't really had a break. Honestly, I don't remember the last time I actually sat around and did, you know, nothing. No flying, no traveling, no nothing. It was just good to be able to just stay at home, go into Costco once a week or once a month and buy up a whole lot of stock, and then come home and sit at home and just work on the skid steer or ride with my bikes, ride with my buddy Cal, who's been shredding with me a bunch lately, and just doing things at home, not really traveling away, not having to get in my car and drive anywhere. It's been great. So we've got about a month now, a month and a half until I fly to New Zealand. Pretty much to start the year off again. It's going to be pretty hectic. Nitro NZ, from there we go straight to Japan, and then from there to Australia, and then from Australia to the US, and that's pretty much going to take up the full year basically. Yeah, the show's amazing. I mean, I've seen, yeah, like I said, I've rode so many shows, like 200 and something shows, and it never gets old. For the general public, for people that don't even, you know, follow action sports or have anything to do with it, you can kind of see that kind of crowd coming to the show and actually being blown away. You've got grandparents, teenagers, middle-aged people, you've got everything, you know, from a wide span of people that are coming to these shows. It's awesome, but the show itself, I mean, it's jam-packed. For what, 2.5 hours, you're seeing freestyle motocross, BMX, skateboards, Ryan Williams on the scooter, just kids that do gnarly stuff all day long, and just a real talented show. It's not, you know, it's a bit different than going to like a rock concert or, you know, like your circus show. These are like athletes that people that can really relate to, that, you know, these kids that go out to the local skate parks or go to the local motocross tracks, such as myself. These kids can be in the same position, you know, growing up and having their goals set out to be able to make something like this a dream, and Nitro Circus gives those kids to be able to kind of like look into the future of themselves and, you know, see where they're at and come and ride on Nitro shows in the future would be pretty cool. So yeah, now till Nitro is basically just staying at home, just trying to practice work on some flip tricks and whatnot, and kind of just taking that homely feel, you know, just stay at home and not do anything. It's great. It's cool to be able to just ride in my backyard, and that's about it really. That's all that's going to go down. It's just me riding in my own backyard. Coming to you straight live from the dab.